So we're back again. My name's Adam Golden. This is Chris Kamali. He is a local lender. Today, one of the things that I wanted to get some clarity on and have Chris talk about is I've got a lot of clients who end up coming to me who already own a property, and what they're looking to do is basically purchase an investment property. And I wanted to have Chris maybe talk a little bit about how the process is different from when you purchase a normal property for yourself, an owner-occupied one, versus going into an investment property.
Yeah, good question. Well, investment properties just in general, the default rate on them are much, much higher than primary, right? So if someone owns a couple properties and they have financial issues, they're not letting go of their house. They're going to let go of the investment properties first. So with that risk comes higher interest rates, right? So you're definitely going to have a higher interest rate, maybe 0.5% or so higher than if it's primary.
So if you're looking normal rates around 6.5%, you're going to be probably just slightly above the 7% mark.
Yes, okay. Yes, right. So just be ready for that. Down payment, 20% minimum. Realistically, 25 is the sweet spot because there's going to be some fees and costs just at 20%, but nothing below 20%. As far as your down payment goes, it cannot be gifts. It has to be your own assets. And one of the benefits, one of the nice things is we can give the borrower credit for potential rent that the property is going to bring. So if someone's going to buy a home and let's say it's going to rent out for $2,000, without a lease agreement, before they even own it, we can give them 75% credit for that potential lease. So $1,500 comes in to offset the carrying costs, which does help cash flow and make it better. But because of the slightly higher risk, there's going to be a little more scrutiny and higher interest rates to get them.
Okay. And then what about, besides an investment property, some people are buying secondary homes that they're going to use. They're not going to rent those out, but they're just going to buy a secondary home. Is there any particular differences between an investment property requirements versus a secondary home?
So sometimes I'll have someone that lives in Pleasanton say, hey, I want to buy a property in Tracy. It's going to be my second home. Well, that doesn't really work. So second home, on a second home, the scrutiny is not as bad as investment property, right? So you can get in with less than 20% down, but it has to be a vacation place. It has to make sense for it to be a second home. So if you live in Pleasanton, Livermore can't be a second home, but Tahoe could be, Santa Cruz could be. So one of the reasons this got scrutinized really more these days is because during COVID, when people could work from home, a lot of people said, hey, I'm going to buy a second home in these different areas. And you can work from anywhere. So that happened. And then what the banks found out is a lot of these places are actually becoming rentals, not second homes. So that's been a hot topic that the underwriting team has to look at deeply to make sure that if it is a second home, it looks like it's going to be a second home, and that it's in a place that makes sense.
Perfect. Does make a lot of sense.
Right on.
So if you guys want any more information regarding investment properties, secondary homes, have any questions related to that, contact information is below. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us today.
Thank you very much.
Until next time.
All right.